Alright, it is Saturday the 22nd of November. I am in Lebanon, Illinois. Drove from Lebanon, Indiana to Lebanon, Illinois to pick up this sweetheart. It's a late R. The reason I bought it, it's got the factory jack shaft and lift cylinder for the 3-point hitch. Someone has made, oh, they welded that on there. I was afraid of that. Made a homemade 3-point hitch on the back. It does go up and down. And I know that because I started it and drove it on the trailer, and it's been sitting for probably 10 years. But she is a sweetheart. Carburetor needs cleaned horrifically. Maybe points in it. The only bad thing is being that's a late R. Someone, and you can tell by the color, someone has pulled the correct head for the late R off. It should have a 10A 2647 or 48. I think the 47 was the correct factory for these late ones. They advertised like 10% more power and 51 or whenever these came out. I think that's how they got it, was just putting the high compression head on it. But yeah, we cleaned the points, got some gas in it. The gas that's in it is nasty. I did have a little bit of gas left over from last weekend getting the tractors out of the field, so we got gas in it and it fired up. I drove it, purred like a kitten, drove it up on the trailer. Anyway, I got about 4 hours home, so I'm gonna get on the road. I'll see you when we get there. I'll be back. All right, it's Sunday afternoon. I didn't get as much done on this thing as I wanted to today. I was working on this project. I might have to put more locking sand down. I had left a layer on it hoping the rain would let it settle down in. It just didn't. It just made it crusty. I still got some dirt work to do, but anyway, so I was working on that and then working in here in the garage. Winter's coming, so that's going into winter storage because I'm not going to be using that much anytime soon. That's my son's. Hopefully he takes that with him. That's going into storage because I'm not tilling any garden anytime soon. Mower's going into storage. You can see in the back of the truck, I got Mama's rain collection barrel that she uses to gather rainwater to water her flowers and plants and stuff in the backyard. But we're back out here on this guy, and I was messing with it earlier and took this hose loose here, this lower radiator hose, and it leaked green. So she had antifreeze in it. I dumped like every partial jug of antifreeze, green, yellow, red. It's some, that Irish auto parts store. I had some of their Universal that's kind of a green yellow. I had a little bit of the GM Dex Cool orange, and anyway, it's up high enough that you can see it on the. It's covering the core. I did do some cleaning and scrubbing on the engine. Well, now we got your daylight. That is the transmission tag, serial number tag, and there's just nothing left of it. So can't really date the tractor off of that. However, and I don't know if it will show up. We'll zoom in. Nah, it's not going to focus. I do have some good pictures on my phone. I'll see if I'm smart enough to figure out how to do like a drop a picture from my phone into the video when I get the video edited together. And I figure this contraption here, I couldn't figure out why they had this hydraulic contraption put on there when with the rear rock shaft you've got that lever there. Well, looking at it with my son, we think most likely what has happened is they didn't like the control rod. If you can see the hole, there's a hole there. I think a previous owner didn't like the control rod running from this hole here up to there because it would have had a rod running right by where your leg was at. So they just they just eliminated that, made their own control rod, which is why when I got it started yesterday at the sale, I'm missing a Have to get worn out old bolt in there. When I operated the homemade hydraulic lever, the 3-point arms went up. I do need to do some measuring and see that. I had a brainstorm last night laying in bed that maybe I could repurpose these bars. I still might be able to make for the hitcher. There's supposed to be a bar that's roughly the same thickness. Well, be the thickness of that gap between. You can see it. The gap between the drawbar in there. So anyway, it's got a flat plate that goes in there, and then it's like twisted or stamped. I don't know. Anyway, then it's vertical up here to the bell housing area, and then it's got 2 brackets that hang down that the A-frame for the factory hitcher attaches to, and that's where the pull pointed actually. So it pulls up here but pushes on the drawbar deal, which is kind of unique. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I may see if I can get the seat spring back in the slot where it belongs. They did say that the mud dauber nests were free. They didn't have to pay extra for those. But anyhow, the National Guard guys they had drill duty this weekend, so they're about done. Once they're all done, and the staff sergeant that gets his truck out of the way, I'm going to unload this thing. May try and film starting it. Probably won't do much filming of me backing it off the trailer and trying to drive it, but I'm going to get it off the trailer and I'm going to pull it up there into the driveway. I don't really want to back in it because I want to pull it in because I really want to get started on getting this mess of a 3-point hitch off the back. I mean, it's kind of cool the way they did it. It works, but it's not right. Not when I've got the quick hitch, and the main things I'm missing is that bar that goes underneath the belly. I'm missing the correct brackets that go here, and then there's a plate, kind of a horseshoe plate thing that goes across the back of the hitch that hangs down. That's kind of like sway blocks to keep the A-frame from swinging back and forth too much. But I'm gonna look at the books and see if I can figure out. I need to look at my one down at the farm, see what kind of condition this stuff is in, this control, see if I've got this control rod, because I'm gonna probably put her back the way she belongs. Seeing that don't seem right either. That control arm's bent and stuff. So, but between this one being in pretty good shape and the one down at the farm being in pretty good shape, my whole bracket might be bent. I don't know, but I'm also going to have to. I'm taking this mess off, and maybe before I do, you can see this gap between the seat bracket and the seat itself. And you can also kind of see how these bolts are bent. Their third link attachment point up here was pulling on the seat, and I think they've bent this bracket. So maybe before I take this off, I may run a post or something down to a jack. We'll swing the drawbar away and see if we can jack that up and bend that back so we don't have this big gap here and get this the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm hoping maybe these brackets are kind of close enough that I don't know, it doesn't actually work because the factory brackets, they come out and there's a pretty good gap because there's a block that bolts in. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But definitely got to get I want to at least get these arms off so they're not hanging out here. I want to get this off. I want to try and get that seat straightened back around, kind of where it needs to be. And then like I say, well, yeah, This will be my Christmas tractor this year, so once I'm done working on it over there in the driveway, it'll go up there under the tree where I traditionally have Santa Claus. But once I get over there, so we'll work on taking that off. I'm gonna clean this sediment bowl out real good because it's nasty. I'm gonna clean the carburetor and see what happens. Like I say, I'll try later to see if I can get a good number off that serial tag. And I know I got some serial number sleuths that have books that they can date the engine, and I would say the tractor's all original, just looking at it. So if they can date the engine, then we'll know whether it's 51 or 52, but it's definitely it's later than mid 51 because of the rear rock shaft, the way the seat mounts, and then this little Z bracket here. And I know I've talked about, well, the Z bracket and this extension here. When they went to this rear rock shaft, these late R's, they added this and this because they raised the seat up to give you more clearance for the steering wheel. And they had to, when they raised it up, they had to move it out because otherwise it would hit the low pressure return line on the hydraulics. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at on this tractor. I had another one lined up in northern Illinois that I was gonna get to try and piece together to build an R with the hitcher. But when I found this one for just a little bit more money that had a good, I'm gonna say good, both tires, I don't know what they did with this tractor, but they have just 8 lugs off the side, or chunks of the lugs off the sides of the tires. They're still nice, solid looking tires. I'm leaving them on. Good tires on the front. It's a nice, complete, straight tractor, other than the fact that the guy that had it, he knew what the factory head was worth. So the late R's, I think I said in one of the other videos, the late R's, they started advertising them with 10% more power. And it's my personal opinion that the way they did that was they put flat top pistons in them, and they put the 10A 2647 high compression LP head on them as the factory head, because that's what my grandpa's had. And it's his is just like this one, sheet metal wise and everything, same seat, same brackets, except his has the front mounted rock shaft for the cultivators and the standard hydraulics with the regular factory hydraulic control up there, etc., etc. So anyway, when I got his and found out they had R's with the 3-point, I thought, man, I'd really like to have one of those someday. And well, now I kind of almost do. Something else that needs to be done, I think, is we may be at some point in the future sliding hubs in a little bit, because I mean we're right on the edge of the trailer there and almost on the edge there. So and we may move the fenders in. I don't know, maybe not, because with the hitcher on there I may want those out there. It would just slide the wheels in, as you know, close as we can get them without moving the fenders. That was another thing about this tractor, man. It is just the fenders are, I mean, there's just so much about this tractor that's so nice, straight and solid that I couldn't pass it up. So anyway, I think I'm gonna stop here for now till the guard guys get gone, and I got room to back up because I don't know if the brakes work. I really hate to start down the ramps and not be able to stop without, you know, banging into using the forward for brakes. So, and Ethan, I did apply rule number 1. This latch doesn't have much spring, as you can see, it doesn't have much spring left in it. So going down the road, even though it is bolted up top, these will catch air and fly out a little bit. So I just threw a strap on it just to keep it from flopping as I was rolling down the interstate. So anyway, I'll be back. Well, she's running. Very good. Well, Well, maybe good enough to get her off the trailer. Come on, you. Now you know why I want to clean the carburetor. All right, so maybe we back her off the trailer to really, really high idle. Or not. Anyway, all right. I got to get it going again. I got to get it off the trailer so I can get it over there so I can clean the carburetor because it definitely needs it. Anyway, I'll be back. All right. We managed to get it off the trailer and get it over here in the driveway. I got over here, man, I wound her all the way up. Man, it ran good, wide open. As soon as I pulled the throttle back to kind of idle it down, it farted once out the exhaust pipe and says, nope, we're not playing that game. So we'll put some blocks behind the back wheels. We'll leave her stuck in gear. Curious to see just how nasty the inside of that carburetor is. We'll shut the go juice off. And I'm not seeing any leaks from the radiator. So there we are. Yeah. 51, 52R, whatever it is. Late R. I'm gonna get the carburetor rebuilt. I may start asking around, see if anybody's got a 2647 head. I've got two of them, but they're hardly in use. One of them on my grandpa's are, and one of them on my ZB that I want to get back to pulling with again. I need to look through my stash of stuff and see if I've got a air cleaner top that has not been mangled. It's got a big dent there, it's got a big dent there, it's got a crease there, it's got a crease there, it's crunched in there. But, and timing could be off too, but I'm guessing carburetor the way it was acting. Well, but we're gonna go start with carburetor because that's easy. All right, I gotta fold the ramps. No, I'm not gonna fold ramps up. I'm gonna fold ramps. No, it's just almost as easy just to pick the damn thing up. I want to load tiller, load the mower before it gets too dark, and maybe even pressure washer and get stuff delivered to work places. And I want to get some, I want to get a rattle can of gloss black so I can get this rim painted. Totally different project, but that goes on the front of my G diesel. I like to get that on there so I can get the tire, the tri-rib on the G diesel off and get it over to the 445. So plenty to do. Freaking garage is a mess from cleaning up. Go figure. More to do. Anyway, I'll be back.